Okay, one of the last things that I'm going to put inside my backpack is my rain gear and my warm clothes. So, rain gear is a really funny topic. Here in California, it doesn't really rain a lot in the summertime. So, if the forecast is calling for clear skies and you don't really feel like packing your rain gear, just make sure that you have a poncho or something that you could put on should you be surprised by rain. This is a poncho that I always keep in my shirt pocket. So I may not always bring my rain gear, but in a couple of weeks I'm going to Yosemite. Weather's very unpredictable in the Sierras. I'm going to bring a lightweight Adirondack type waterproof shell and some really cheap nylon waterproof pants. Let's go right on top because you're not going to want to dig for these if you find yourself in a rainstorm. The last of my rain gear is some waterproof socks. I have waterproof boots, so why do I need waterproof socks? Well, waterproof boots get wet when you go to bed under clear skies and in the middle of the night it rains and your boots get wet. Or if you're fording a creek or a stream and water comes over the top of your boots. So no one wants to really hike around in wet boots. It's not good for you. So I bring these in case my boots get wet. I don't wear them as a second layer of protection. I only bring them to put on in case my boots get wet. So it's just a barrier between my bare feet and some wet boots. And then I bring some warm clothes, and these I put right on top so that when the weather changes, they're easy to get to. I'm not pulling junk out of my backpack looking for a nice, warm, synthetic, athletic top. And then my last warm sweatshirt. So this is polar fleece. It's pretty thick and it's pretty sufficient. I wore it at snow camp. I was pretty warm in it. If I'm on a summer trip and the weather doesn't get too cold, I might just bring my vest. But for Yosemite, I'm leaving the vest at home. I'm bringing the polar fleece sweatshirt. And I'm pretty full. Okay, we need water. A lot of these internal frame packs have room for a hydration system, a pocket, and then there's a little hole for your bite valve or mouthpiece to come out. Mine has one. It's a little late to fill it up and stuff it in there. I should have done this before I packed my pack up. So when I go to Yosemite, I'll make sure I put my water in the pouch, get this all set up before I start cramming this full of clothes and tents and sleeping bags. And of course I have a waterproof hat that I need to bring. And that's it. So let's talk about the exterior pockets. Okay, we're almost done. There's just a couple more things we need to pack before we're ready to go on our trip. Our personal first aid kit. Now I carry a Troop first aid kit, but I'm going to put this in this big pocket up front, and I actually still have room to put extra stuff in there. And if you have a personal first aid kit for a scout, this whole pocket should still be available if you have one on your backpack. Okay, our toiletries, toothbrush, toothpaste, medicine, soap. I bring earplugs because there always seems like there's some bird trying to make a nest right outside my tent at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to put that in this top cover. It's got a deep pocket in it. I'm going to put all the stuff in here that I might need to get to at any minute on the trail, at camp. I've got off deep wood towelettes. I've got some hand warmers. I'm going to put in my sunscreen, matches, and a lighter. Actually, I keep the lighter in my pocket. I've got a little cup, little rubber cup, in case I need to get a drink of water from the water supply. And of course, our maps. These are all part of your Scout Basics. They can be found in the hiking section of the Scout Manual. There's 10 things you always want to bring. I'm going to put my poncho back in my pocket. Pocket knife goes in the pocket. Light. also goes right in the top. I still have some room in here. I'm going to lock this down so it can slide off. I always keep my compass in my pocket because if I get separated from my pack, compass is good to have with you. I keep my spork with me. And a magnifying glass for starting a fire. Got it at REI for about $5. Helps me read maps, but starts fires. A knot card. These are things that I want to have with me in case I end up lost without my backpack. A notebook with important phone numbers in it. I can leave a note on the trail in case I get lost or who knows what. Leave a note on my car. I'm broken down, I have a flat tire. And the last thing I carry on me, which could be a whole video on itself, is just a personal survival kit. It's got some more matches in it. It's got a whistle. It's got some iodine tablets and a plastic bag so that I can purify water in case I'm on my own with no other equipment. It's got a little saw that's flexible for cutting down small pieces of wood. And as most of the scouts know in the troop, I carry this with me all the time. It's always in my uniform. Okay, so we've got just a couple things left. I have a couple of heavy-duty plastic contractor's bags. They're like leaf bags for the yard. This is the box they come in. I get them at Ace Hardware. They're really thick. You could easily spend $30-40 on a backpack cover to keep the rain off your pack. And this bag will do the same thing. There's 14 of them. They're really thick. They're durable. They will rip if you abuse it enough, but for the most part, they'll last a lot longer than a normal hefty bag. Alright, so I bring two of them. One for me and one for Buddy. And I stuff them in these outside pockets. This I'm going to tie to the bottom of my pack, and then this is a tarp that can be used for a ton of different things. I'm just going to stuff it right here in this pocket. And when I strap my pack all up, this will be strapped down, so we'll show you that in a minute. Anyway, all these packs have different configurations, different pockets. You kind of need to be creative when you're packing your pack. Bottom line is, put the stuff that you don't need right away at the bottom. Try to keep the weight as close to your back as possible. You don't want a lot of stuff flopping around on the outside of your pocket, on the outside of your pack, like water bottles and sleeping bags and mats that are flopping around. Because as we're climbing through the brush, you don't want this stuff getting caught. You don't want things falling off. And the weight of these items flopping back and forth on your backpack can wear you out. Okay, so I'm back home. My pack's all packed. Straps are all tightened down. I'm really ready to go on my trip. For those of you that were playing along at home, trying to figure out if I really packed everything I needed, I realized that I forgot a towel. So other than my towel, I'm ready to go. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek as a reminder of how the pack looks. We have our sleeping bag down here, my tent, yep, still there, pillow, clothes, mess kit, my cooking system, warm clothes, and then got a rain layer up here. That's all I need. If I needed more room, if I was going to bring more food, or I simply wanted to lighten my pack, I would probably get rid of the pillow first thing and just use my polar fleece as a pillow. The other thing that some people might do, and that I could do, is take my tent out, separate the rain fly and the poles from the tent, and then put the fly and the poles on one side and the tent on the other, on the outside of my pack. So that would create a lot of room. The other thing that I think people are wondering is, did I really pack clothes? So I did pack clothes. I really plan on wearing my Boy Scout uniform. I'll tell you that it's not an accident that these uniforms are the way they are. A lot of thought went into them. They're synthetic. You can wash them. They dry really quickly. They have tons of pockets. To tell you the truth, I don't think I own clothes that are better for hiking and backpacking than my Boy Scout uniform. And I'm going to wear this on day one, so I don't need to pack it. It's very washable. All I need to do is change the undergarments. So as long as I bring some camp soap, which is in my toiletry bag, I can wash my underwear, my socks, my t-shirts. They're synthetic. They'll dry really quickly. Hang them out to dry for 30 minutes, and they're ready to put back on. I could really go indefinitely with the clothes that I'm wearing in just a change of underwear, as long as you have some warm clothes to put on in addition to the what I'm wearing, which I packed. So I'm good there. Now the last thing is, don't feel like you need to run out and spend $500 on new backpacking equipment. Just make a list of the things you need, and when Christmas and birthdays and other gift-giving seasons come and go, you can acquire the stuff you need. You don't need to have it all at once. So a good backpack is a nice foundation for beginning. You don't need a down bag. A synthetic bag is good. You can get a lot of stuff on sale at REI. I just looked on Craigslist and I saw about 3 synthetic and down sleeping bags for sale that are under $100. So there's just a lot of ways of acquiring stuff that doesn't cost you a lot of money. That's it. I hope this was useful, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the trail.